The seeds for the Charter Institute were sown many, many years ago when I served in elected office and a friend of mine was working up on Capitol Hill as a senior staffer. We both set out to establish what are known as classical schools. Classical education is a mode of education that produced Western civilization. It pairs knowledge and virtue together. And you see that all throughout our society in the remnants of Western civilization today. I started in Hampton County, which is in the corridor of shame, and worked very hard for 2 years. He started putting together an effort in the upstate in Anderson County, in rural Anderson County, again a very impoverished part of our state. And the response that we got from the communities was absolutely overwhelming. We had buildings that were donated for these facilities. We had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of families sign up for their children to be in these schools. We had significant amounts of money donated and many other things. And so we went through the process of starting these charter schools, and when we got to the point when we had to go to our authorizer to get these schools authorized so that we could open them, it was very clear that there were those who were not interested in seeing a traditional type of education focused on virtue in South Carolina. And so out of that experience came the conversations that led to the establishment of the Charter Institute at Erskine.
We have a great responsibility to improve the quality of education, and we have the tools. Erskine has the tools in their hands to improve the quality of education for the children in this state.
I feel like that there's a great match between higher ed and secondary ed that is not taken advantage of often. All that we do is continue the education and continue the process of educating young people who have come out of the K-12 schools of South Carolina. So to me it seems like a natural, even though to many they don't get that connection. We care about the students of South Carolina, not just because some of them will come here, and the more prepared they are here when they come, the better we can prepare them for the future, but also just because they're students of South Carolina.
When the Charter Institute was born, there was just me at the staff level, and soon we had a director. And with just 2 of us running the entire operation, we saw schools from all over the state of South Carolina literally beating a path to our door, wanting to join the vision of the Charter Institute. Today we have a staff of 13, and that staff will grow just a little bit more. Today we have nearly 10,000 students. And for an organization that is just barely over 1 year old, that is absolutely astounding.
I'm really impressed that Erskine has hired and brought on a team that's really going to be a resource to the schools. And that's been missing for a while, and it is so pleasing to know that as a board chair, my administrative staff at Meavers have people that they can rely on. You guys at Erskine bring the unique ability to know what's happening within the state and the particular situations involving state law, state conditions, and you've all been so experienced in local schools and in the charter schools, so it is really impressive.
For our school, we chose the Charter Institute at Erskine because we want a sponsor who is not just regulatory, but someone who is interested in the same things we are, in the growth of children, in the growth of institutions that provide higher ed, that provide opportunities that are beyond the normal scope. We want a partner, not just a regulatory agent.
It means a lot to me to be a part of an organization that gets it, that understands what is needed to support a school and an organization that's trying to educate children. It's important for me to work alongside people who have been in the trenches, people who understand what it takes to help children to be successful, and who are willing to provide you with that support. I keep saying support. Support, resources, training. When I think of Erskine, that's what I think of.
It gives parents a choice, and that's the biggest thing. You know, back when Years ago we didn't have choices. We had public or private, and that's all that was there. And the opportunities are more, gracious when you got other places to go besides just public and private. And with charters, it offers a different dynamic. It offers the opportunity for, like our charters, dual enrollment, a lot of college classes before they even leave the threshold of the high school. And they can do it in a safe environment and places they know where they're comfortable and they have the regular high school classes there. So that's why it's really important, is to give parents more choices, opportunities.
It excites me because I see smiling faces, I see students learning, I see students being taken care of in ways that they might not be able to in a larger public school setting. And that's what motivates me. I love students. I love the educational process. It's what I've dedicated my life to. And that's what really excites me about what the Institute is doing.
The goal for the Charter Institute is to bring educational opportunity and educational excellence to local communities for the benefit of families and children all over the state of South Carolina. Charter schools are about innovation. They're about going into areas where there is not educational opportunity and bringing that opportunity to those areas. We just pulled off the largest transfer of schools from one charter district to another in the history of this country. We did it flawlessly. Our staff performed flawlessly. There were no major errors. It's something, again, that has not been done. Again, we're seeing over and over and over again that with Charter Institute, we are blazing a trail. We are doing things that nobody else has ever done, and we're setting the standard for those who will come behind us. And we're doing that because, again, our heart is focused on the children first, helping the families, and bringing what we're doing to excellence, and it will continue to be so.
Go